Welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live programs. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jennifer Savage, and I'll be your host for today's show, and welcome to the Jack Price is Right live show. Today, we'll be exploring competition as it relates to our lives, our experiences, and anywhere from the lens of musician, artist, manager, performer, and all the way down to eye level of a crude and unfiltered human being. Is it a necessary evil? Does it breed excellence? There is no one-size-fits-all answer, and this could leave you with more questions than simple answers, but it's more real that way, and that's what we're here for. And check out this little preview that we have here to recap our last installment. Practice.
Oh yeah, that ventricle. Yeah. What do you even do during that?
Okay.
No, you can't prepare at the instrument. I have my mind, and I need some silence. Now, I don't want silence. I want raucous activity. Practice is to do it beforehand, not while you're doing. Although then the other thing is perfect practice. So perfect practice makes perfect. He goes better.
Only perfect practice makes perfect.
Only
what do you
perfect
think about
practice
that?
Makes perfect. Perfect.
Right.
Fingerings are everything, you know. Without fingerings, you know, you don't have anything, you know. So I used to change fingerings in the middle of a performance, like constantly. They said, "What?" I said,
Yeah.
"I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean
Yeah.
to interrupt you, Seth."
No, just so you don't.
What do you do to get a different result? I will tell you. First lesson in practice, listen to yourself. A great teacher teaches you how to think correctly on your own. And I go, really?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, wow, it was actually pretty good. I thought I really screwed that up. You know, but actually do it the way you're going to do it in the performance. You know, Atamian angle is 10 o'clock. It's like a 45-degree angle. Now, is that specific enough for you? We have a very
the first thing to get out of the way.
Show, don't we? Nothing is original, basically. It's all been done before. It's how you say it. Just go, well, you know, I practice my Chopin etudes every day. And you hold your hands like this. The idea of practice is to implement what you've already thought of while you were just driving your car. Even though I haven't played in 18 years, I'm constantly playing in my head. I was giving a master class in Memphis once, and I was able to make her play better in literally 20 seconds by telling her one thing. One should not spend very much time at the instrument. They should spend very much time thinking about it. See, I'm leaning.
Yeah.
I'm leaning to the... There's only one way to play an instrument, and that's the right way for you. I want to play like this. You know, okay. Well, you know, it's possible. I mean, a lot of it sounds like a stand-up routine. This show. I'm just thinking we're in the wrong business. Absolutely in the wrong business.
Yeah. And today I'm excited to be joined live with my co-host and celebrated partner in crime, Dihran Atamian, otherwise known as Jack Price. And just to give a little introduction, formerly known as Dihran Atamian and now known as Jack Price, he began his career in artist management in response to his own career as an RCA recording artist after winning first prize in the 50th anniversary Nuremberg competitions, as well as the crazy pianist who premiered The Right for solo piano. Welcome to the show, Jack Price.
Also known as Philip Spencer.
All right, well, let's get right into it and dive headfirst into our first topic. Let's see what's behind door number 1. Do we need them?
Well,
competitions.
That in itself. I'm just thinking about the preview you just ran. I mean, I keep cracking up. We really are in the wrong business, you know. But anyway, so you don't need anything. You want them, okay? People want competitions. I just got a circular in my email yesterday for Geneva vocal competition, all these big prizes and everything. I mean, it's so spectacular now. Everything is spectacular, to imitate someone that I used to perform with. He was Polish, and we say spectacular. And I love the way he pronounces that word, so I can't get over it. It's like an extravaganza. It's like a gladiator-style event. Do we need them? I mean, I don't think gladiator-style events are very good since they were, in the old.
Yeah.
They eliminated people, right? They killed people in the gladiator days. So what you're doing is killing off somebody, and then a winner emerges, or you get a job and there are 500 applicants, and you're the only one that got the job, or whoever got the job. That's not a very nice thing,
But so let's first distinguish what we're talking about, if we're talking about competition or competitions, or what are you meaning right now?
I was just going to say that the word competition, we can refer to competition in general, which breeds excellence. We're going to get into that later. In other words, without competition, someone would just slouch around and say, well, I'm doing good enough, So competition makes you achieve more. It gives you an incentive to beat the
Something
other
to strive
guy.
for.
Yeah, it's something to strive for. Do we need them? No. Like I said, we want them. And the people who run the competitions or even a job search, they want them. And that's
Right.
even more important than the winner or the person who gets the job, because they're promoting the competition, not the winners or the person that gets the job. The whole
Okay.
idea is to brand the name, okay? Like we discussed, I don't know, 5 episodes ago. It's called the Clyburn now, not the Van Cliburn Quadrennial International Piano Competition, which it was called. You see how they just eliminate everything?
Right.
It's the Clyburn. It's all about the Clyburn or the Leeds or the Naumburg or the Leventritt or the Tchaikovsky. They don't say Tchaikovsky International Piano Competition because, first of all, it's for 4 or 5 disciplines. There's a voice one, there's a cello one, there's a violin one, and there's a piano one, or what have you. Or maybe
So it's become
just
branded
strings.
as this institution. It's the Clyburn, the Leeds, whatever, the Tchaikovsky.
Yeah, the only
That-
time that an artist gets branded in a contest is when he appears somewhere. Like you just saw that poster, Carnegie Hall, so and so's playing, and then the name of the artist is gigantic. But up until that point, it's all about the contest. Okay, so when you say, "Do we need them?" We don't need anything. I've made that quite clear. All we have to do is die. Okay, so that's the only thing you have to do. Sorry, but. And death is not in this equation. We're talking about contests. Okay, but this is like, yeah, I mean, no one's going to die in a contest. Now, on the other hand, Simon Barrère, one of the great pianists of the past, died in the last movement of the Grieg Concerto. He started playing so fast that he passed out and died on the stage. So,
Okay.
death is a
So it
part
could be part of the equation.
Death's a part of performance, yes. You could die in a contest. Okay, let's make that very clear.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
what if you
So
were in a
then-
hot dog eating contest, okay? And you've got 5 or 10 people sitting there eating hot dogs. Obviously, the name of the game is to eat the most hot dogs, stuff yourself without throwing up all over the audience, right? That's the whole
Sure.
idea. Yeah, okay, so do we need that? I don't think so. I don't think we need anything. So there's the answer. To make it simple, we don't need them. If you want a simple answer.
But we want the spectacle? Or what is it that we want from it?
It's a discernment thing. Okay, let's make this clear. I'm not sure everybody has this clearly in their mind. The winner supposedly, if it's not rigged and all, schlepped up, is supposed to be the person who played the best on that particular moment. Like, let's say the finals of something, and the person who executes the task the best at that moment wins. Well, that never happens, to be perfect.
Never.
No, I mean, first of
Right.
all, most of the good ones are eliminated in the first round because the person they have picked out for the prize winner of anything or any job, let's say first harpist of the Philadelphia Orchestra, they've already picked their harpist most of the time. I want to put that disclaimer, most of the time, not even half, or it's most of the time. They know the first desk player of the Cleveland Orchestra, let's say Daniel Majeski in the old days, or what's his name with the LA Philharmonic. He was the concertmaster under Mazel. Majeski was a fabulous violinist, but God only knows how many fabulous violinists were eliminated.
Right. Okay.
So now, and then you come to what's fabulous. I mean, this thing can go on and on and on. Competition, the answer, the simple answer is it's a really good tool. It's a necessary evil. If you want to look at it that way, it's not really, but we don't need them. So there's your answer.
We don't need them. All right, moving on. Let's see what is behind door number 2. How to prepare for competitions in general. What do you think?
Well, there's that word prepare. Isn't that
Right.
incredible?
Tying it into our previous episode.
Wow. I think we
Preparation.
had a whole hour on that. So
Sure did.
let's see, sports fans, if you learned anything. Can anyone type in something to me here from the peanut gallery that shows that you were listening last time? I don't mean to be at all accusatory, of course.
Right.
But the point is, how do you prepare for anything? And then we're going to now put it into, I'm going to make it very simple, like I said I would. We're going to make it simple, prepare for competition of all kinds. What do you think is the first thing you do if you're going to apply for a job?
Well, you see if you're qualified for it.
No.
If you
Know
match.
what the job description. Yeah. Thank you, Kiki. I love that. No, know the job description. Know what the mission statement says. Let's say it's the, Lake Tahoe something. They're looking for an executive director to run their festival. I just made that up because I saw something the other day about that. Anyway, so the Lake Tahoe blah, blah, blah is looking for an executive director. You better know what that job entails because executive director means something different to everybody. I mean,
right.
Some people think executive director he's the head henchman. He assassinates people. Executive, execute,
Sure.
Okay, so you've got to know what it is that you're applying for. And here's the rub in the piano contest. Okay, I'll divert to music. You better know what they're looking for, if anything, before you enter. For example, carefully pick which competition you enter, because it may not be for you in general. It's so ticklish. This is a tightrope that is so narrow that you're going to fall off almost every time. There's almost no way to find out. It's almost pure luck. Are they looking for someone who says something critical? Are they looking for someone that has an urgent message? Are they looking for polish? Are they looking for someone who just plays every note accurately and they don't care how they play the notes?
So get to the bottom of what it is that they actually want.
And by the way, you'll never find out. Here's the real rub. You'll never find out what the truth is about any of that. But
Right.
you can do your but, it's a big but. You can do your homework and get as close to perfection. Remember I told you in that one episode that the closer you get to your perfection destination, the farther it moves ahead. So I'm getting close to that perfection. It's
Goalpost
moving.
moves.
The goalpost moves. Okay, so, and the other references I made. The point is you can never get there, number one. Rule number one, you can't get to the goalpost. Number two, you're never going to know. You don't know the absolute truth. You can only hypothesize. You can only have an educated guess as to what it's going to be. But man, that's a lot of information. That's a lot of dope. So you've got to get on the internet or whatever you use, your device or your fingers, I don't know what you use anymore. I'm so sick and tired of these phones. Anyway, the point is you get on your thing and you find out what the hell's going on in, say, Belgium for the Queen Elizabeth competition. One thing you got to know about that one, let's just put a side note. You've got to go in hibernation for a week and learn a concerto there while you're there on the premises of that castle. You have to learn a new concerto that's been commissioned for that competition. Okay, like those of you who don't like doing that, don't try this at home. You gotta go there. Okay. So if you don't like traveling, you're out. If you don't like going to Belgium, you're out. And if you don't like learning new piano concertos in 7 days in a cell, a monastery little cell type thing, then don't go.
All right. Okay. So then, how to prepare for competitions? You look at the list of what they're looking for, but also try to get to the bottom, close to what their missions is, what they're
number one,
truly
know the product. Absolutely, you're right. Number one, know the product. Number two, know the avenue or the infrastructure that's going to get you to that product. And if you don't like the product, if it's not you, don't go. I mean,
All
if
right.
you're a performer,
Yeah.
one more thing, and then we go. If you're a
Yeah.
performer who says something, I've got news for everybody. Not too many contests interested in that.
All right. Good to know. Moving on, let's take a quick break here and check out some clips that we have in store from the archive right here on Jack Price is Right. I just want to mention that we are live every Friday, so don't miss out on Jack Price is Right. Coming up, this is our next episode, and here is a little preview that you can check out on Acclaim. How do you get it? How do you get Acclaim? And how do you keep it? Is holding the brass ring easy to get, but hard to keep? You can check us out on our YouTube channel at Virtual Concert Halls. We're also on Twitch, LinkedIn, Alignable, streaming to all the major platforms. Find out more info on virtualconcerthalls.com as well as priceattractions.com. And any feedback and comments, we love them, so keep them coming. But back to what we were saying with Jack Price on competition. Let's see what's behind door number 3.
3, yes.
Who do they benefit? Who do
I like that
competitions
explosion.
benefit? Yeah,
It's very
that's very apt.
explosive topic. Yes, it's
Right. Hard hitting.
Except that everything's explosive because all the doors
On
are
this show.
explosive.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
Yeah. We only say pertinent things on this show. Everything is
Yeah.
substantive, so it's all explosive.
Yeah. Watch
Okay,
out for
so
the explosions.
who do they benefit? The competitions. That's your
Right.
simple answer. People are always amazed at when they win something. This is from the beginning of time, by the way. The beginning of time, it's not just because the proliferation of competitions is so great now, and there's one on every street corner, as there is a hamburger stand or a dentist. There's
Right.
on every street corner, mine included, you can find everything on every street corner.
Right.
So forget about originality or on all this nonsense. You're gonna have to come up with something very like E equals MC squared or something like that before you're gonna be, lauded for something unique and maybe ubiquitous. Okay, but
All right.
nevertheless, they benefit the brand, and the brand sure ain't the applicants, because the applicants are totally unknown for the most part, unless they invite big name applicants to the contest or job, and that happens all the
Oh.
time.
Yeah.
Yes, in piano competitions and violin competitions, there's a thing known as ringers. You know what those are?
Ringers, big name.
Ringers.
People that had big names before they came to the competition.
Well, sort of. They're not big names in the industry. They're big name competitors. I'll give you an example. Emmanuel Axe. And this is a compliment. I'm not degrading anyone. Manny is a wonderful pianist, very musical guy. I just heard him play with Young Kim, Mozart Sonata on Live from Lincoln Center. Excellent
Yeah.
performance. I used to play with Young Terrific guys. Anyway,
Yeah.
Axe, not Max, Axe was he was a major competitor for many years, and he lost everything. And then guess what happened? He won the Rubinstein. And Rubinstein and Mieczysław Munz were there. Rubinstein knew Munz. They had a falling out, and Munz was Axe's teacher. Okay? So there was a convocation, There was this meeting of the minds between Rubinstein and Mieczysław Munz. And the byproduct was Emanuel Axe. And look at him now. He's huge. Wow. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve the prize. He probably absolutely outplayed everyone. It's very possible. It's also possible that he was outplayed. It makes no difference whatsoever. He was a major competitive name in the competition field. Emanuel Axe was like here he comes, Manny Axe. He's entering again. He's entering again. Oh yeah, he'll make the finals and then blah, blah,
So
blah.
that's one route of being known coming into the competition is being a known competitor,
yes,
going to all the competitions.
You can have a big name in the competition circuit, and then you might be invited to win. Now, no one's going to tell you that, by the way, disclaimer, I'm not saying Manny Axe was invited to win the Rubinstein. I'm just saying the stars were aligned. Okay?
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I can name lots of cases like that. We don't have the time. So the ringers.
What if you come in and you already have a huge following, or you have many fans that are already coming to your concerts?
Well, then you have a problem, because then the jury lays for you and they want you to lose, basically, and they could cut you in the first round and say, so-and-so didn't even make it to the second round. They played fabulously, of course, and they should have won, but they had someone else in mind for the prize. Oh, listen, let me tell you, there are so many scenarios. This word competition, when I hear it in my ears, it's like a million bells and whistles are going off. There's so many different permutations of competition. You have no idea, and I have observed most of them. Okay? Not that I went to a lot of them. I did go to some, and the rest is history. But the point is, I keep my eyes and ears open, hence the Atamian the Barbarian comment. When I made this comment in the Juilliard lunchroom that XYZ contest is only looking for XYZ type of whatever. And then they repeated that and said that Atamian said it, hence Atamian the Barbarian. Okay.
But what do you think about, because you're talking about Emanuel Axe coming in as a known competitor, but I'm asking, what about people that, for example, maybe they have a huge YouTube following, and then they get onto some international competition, and then they have many fans. How does that, what happens there?
Well, if the person has, if the person has a big following, social media, blah, blah, then they're the man on the white horse or the woman on the white horse, and they're to be knocked off the horse. They're going to be the focal point of the competition. They walk on stage or whatever. Oh, here's so-and-so. They're supposed to walk off with this contest. Well, the first thing they're going to do is take pot shots at that person.
Really? So that's what, the competitions, they enjoy the publicity, perhaps, that the person might bring, or more viewers or audiences. But
they win, and it's even bigger, maybe. You don't know. I mean, let's say a very huge name competitor that has a huge social media following, TikTok and all this stuff, comes in, whatever contest. I don't care if it's America's Got Talent or whatever. And they do win. I think that's a boon. That's a big deal. But if they lose, it's a big deal. So guess who benefits? The contest. America's Got Talent has a story no matter what. It's just like in the movie, what's it called? The Natural. Whether he loses or draws or wins, the radio critic or the baseball critic has a story. It doesn't matter what the story is, as long as he has a story. Okay? Right. That's all that's important. Yeah.
Okay. Any closing remarks for competitions before we go?
Good luck.
Good luck. Okay.
No, yeah. I mean, no, I would say in closing, these are my remarks. It's a necessary evil in most people's minds because they love gladiator style stuff. I'm not going to say it's a necessary evil because I don't believe that, but it is in most people's minds a very necessary evil. Number two, they benefit the organization. Number three, the way to prepare for them is to know what you're getting into and know their mission statement and know what they're looking for. That's it.
All right. Well, I think that's all the time we have got for competition. Thank you so much, Richie, for being with us. And with that, the time is right, and I think we gotta go. Let's take a moment here to thank all of our wonderful partners and sponsors that have been with us every step of the way. You can see them all on the screen here, and with more joining us by the day that we have to try to fill up. We've been adding pages to our partners and sponsorships pages. And so many collaborators working with us to make this broadcast possible. And I also want to give a shout out to the production team. Today's broadcast was powered by Christian Pelagi, directing behind the scenes. You can hear him there. Couldn't have done it without any of you, and we are so sincerely grateful to have you all along with us for the journey. And with that, I think that's all we've got for today. This has been Jack Price is Right. I'm your host, Jennifer Savage, and I hope you've gotten a little something out of it. I know I did. See you next week.